Hey guys, Mark from Copper vs Glass, and today we're going to be checking out Frontline Commando 2. Now this is the follow-up to Frontline Commando, which came out not too long ago, but in my opinion this game is way and above anything that has been previous in terms of the Frontline Commando games, and just in general on Android, and it's also available on iOS. It's one of the best looking third-person shooters that is available. Now the way you can think of the game is basically a bit like Time Crisis, in the sense that you don't have full control of your character, but you do have control of reloading, moving around the map, and obviously shooting the bad guys. So let's take a quick look now. So you can see here, this is the main start menu. And you can see here, these are the weapons that I'm going to have equipped and the character that I'm going to be using. Now you can change these. I can just slide across here to get to a new character, and I can either train this character, or I can then go across where you can get additional squad members. Now basically you only use one squad member at a time, so this would be the main character that you see here, and this guy that I've got here basically is the assault guy. So you can see here where it says assault, it's got a grenade under it, and he actually throws grenades on my behalf, so you don't have to do that. My character's not the one that does that, and like I say, you've got different characters that do different things. I'm a little bit into the game, not too far in right now. I'm only on level 3 in terms of my XP, and you can see here that there's 2 other characters to unlock that I haven't quite got just yet. Now as you can see here that you've got your weapons on the side as well. And if you go on to weapons, you can have a quick overview of the actual weapon itself in terms of the statistics. So you've got here the reload time, the clip size, the rate of fire, and things like that. And you can also then upgrade your weapon using either money that you've purchased by an in-app purchase, or you do accrue money over time in the game as well as gold. Now like any free game, which this is, you are going to have to kind of grind through the levels to get to the better weapons. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because it means you're never going to actually have to pay for anything within the game. You can get through the whole game without spending a penny, which is definitely a good thing in my opinion. Now obviously you can see here there's a lot of things that kind of get chucked at you because it is a free game. So you're going to have a lot of, not necessarily advertisements, but a lot of pushiness to buy certain weapons or certain deals on ammo and things like that, which do kind of get in the way in my opinion. It's kind of like every time you load up the game, you're going to have an advertisement asking you to buy a new weapon. Every time you come out of the menu, like you can see here, it's going to ask you to get something new as well. And again, it's a little bit annoying in terms of the way that it's done. Now certain things, like if you do come back and play on a daily basis, as you can see here, then you do get daily rewards. If you've ever played anything like Simpsons Tapped Out, the more you play it, the more rewards and free things that you get. Kind of keeps you coming back to the game. Not necessarily addictive, but it does kind of keep you coming back. Now on the bottom here, you can see that you've got campaign, social, squad, and store, and PvP, which isn't actually available at the moment. There will be a multiplayer, which is going to be coming soon, I hear. So for the meantime, if we just have a look at the store, you can see that there is a wide selection of weapons. Now again, you can see here that the further to the left over here is the cheaper ones. The further up you go, it gets more expensive. So you can see you've got weapons, supplies, so you've got things like grenade, drones, RPGs and things, and promos. So this is, like I mentioned, the kind of crates that you can buy at a reduced cost compared to buying things separate. But the crates themselves pack in a lot of stuff, so you're going to have to be spending about £19 or so for a crate of good things. Obviously it's going to be a lot more buying it singly, but overall not that great. So let's take a look at the actual game itself. Now you can see here that again, because it is a free game, you're going to have a new advertisement asking me to download a new game called Galaxy Legend. I have no idea what this game is. If I wanted it, I would have already had it, so I'll click on no thanks. It's then going to take me to the actual game menu itself. So you can see here that you've got the different maps. Now there are quite a large selection of maps which you do need to unlock. There's different episodes, as they're called, with different scenarios that go through the story. And you can see here that there is a lot. There's 8 in total. You can download them early at a cost. I'm not sure exactly how much they are. Some apparently are free. I didn't know this. So episode 7 is going to be a free pack. And there is actually quite a lot of free content in terms of the locations. I don't know if that's something new that they've done. I didn't realise that you didn't have to pay for certain map packs and things like that. So let's take a look now at the actual gameplay. One thing that I would say is the load times for this game is very good. You're not going to be have to waiting too long. You can see that it's done already. So I just tap to continue just like so. And you can see here straight away from the graphics that they are extremely nice. Now, so you can move around and look at the screen like so with each side or whichever side you need to look at. You've then got a button here which pops you up and down from cover, as you can see, just like so. And then you've also got the reload button and the shoot button. So it's a very simple way of playing the game, and you can see here that if you've got a sniper rifle, click on the sniper and you've got that just there. Now, one thing that I would say, I mentioned earlier that you can't really move around that much. You do have arrows on each side, which allows you to switch between cover. So it's not necessarily full movement, but there is a movement element within the actual game itself. And again, swiping weapons and things like that, you can also do so by clicking the change weapon. So again, if I just give you an example just from shooting that I'm going to be doing for you guys now. You can see that it's very simple, very easy gameplay, pick up and play. You're not really going to have to be too invested in this game, I wouldn't say. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to aim my guy over here and press that grenade button like I mentioned earlier. So if I press that now, what it's going to do is chuck a grenade over, as you just saw from the side, because I've got a guy just over here who you can't really see because he's kind of behind a pillar just up there. Who is my assault guy that I mentioned earlier. But overall, guys, the graphics and things do look extremely nice. I've not had any trouble with frame rate and things like that. I am going to be running on an Nexus 7. I'm guessing if you are going to be using older hardware, you may see some issues in terms of the frame rate and performance. But overall, I've not had that many problems. So, like I said, this has been a quick look at Frontline Commando. There's a lot more to the game than what I've showed you. But I would definitely say that one of the downsides is going to be that the advertisements and the in-app purchases and everything does get thrown at you quite a lot, which I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. But like I say, do check it out. It's available in the Play Store now for completely free, and obviously I've explained why it's free. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.